So live, you can see the pull-up bar is in the background. I've got my bench out. We've got some light, medium and heavy dumbbells. If you've not got super heavy or super light, don't worry about it, just do less reps. I'm actually going to get my 3 kilogram as well. I'm just waiting for it to populate. I'm going to run through the exercises. Kids have been messing my weights up. Okay. So I've got more weights now. Can you even have too many weights? So we have Arnold press to start. So we're going to do like a warm-up set of everything. And then Arnold press nice and light. Lateral raise nice and light. Upright row. So shoulder complex first. Answering questions as I go as well. And giving pointers for technique as I go. Let's set. Make sure you've got your water. Hello guys. Arnold press. So yeah, like I said, we're going nice and light to get our brain and body used to the movement. So back against the rest, shoulders down away from ears, from here to here. Try not to round the shoulders as the elbows come forward. Let's go for about 10. And from here, relax the neck as well. A lot of people tend to strain. Lateral raises, shoulders down, chest proud. We're not going higher than shoulder height as you get a tight trap or tight neck. More of your back's being used. We want to isolate the shoulders. A couple more. Then into upright row, high elbows with a medial shoulder. Again, elbows lead, wrists relaxed. 3, 4, 5, chest proud. 6, 7. Feel the movement of your shoulder blades. A few seconds rest. Thanks for the likes. Right, I'm going to go into working set this time. So I've got the 4s here. I'm going to do the next set. I think I've got 6s. Well, I've got 5s, so I'm going to get the 5s instead actually. I honestly can't get warm today. Answering any questions on exercise, fat loss, toning. I've actually recorded and edited and written a script for a video today that's going to be going up soon. Sooner the better, on metabolic adaptation. So it's ready to go up. If you've heard starvation mode, body clinging to fat loss being harder, and there's like, sounds like there's magic and it's super complicated, I go into that. Arnold press. So these are 5s now. Close engaged, just had my dinner and I'm absolutely stuffed. I definitely ate more because I've been cold all day and I think I was seeking a bit of comfort from my food, not gonna lie. Couple more. Then we'll go to the 3 kilogram. The lateral raises. You can't tend to go much heavier on these without sacrificing the technique. It's always quality over quantity. Relax the neck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go a bit heavier here for the upright row. Use the 8. Look at the step. Just dump my dumbbells everywhere. High elbows. 2. Going to midline of the chest. Think about them shoulder blades moving. 5, 6, 7. One more I'll do. 8. Then rest. That's the first set of the working set done. I'm going to do 3. Grab a drink. I really should have laid these out a bit neater. Never mind. So I've got 14 kilograms into 8s, into 4s, into 5s. I think I'll put the 4s back. I've definitely got a cold as well. How are we doing, guys? Have we got any questions on exercise toning? Quiet so far. I'm going to be going live tomorrow as well on YouTube tomorrow morning for a HIIT class. Hopefully I'll feel better by then. Same again. Into Arnold press. Make sure you're not rounding your shoulders, not pushing your shoulders forward along with your elbows. 8, 9, these are tough. One more. Round 2 of a working set. I don't think we went very high, never mind. Lateral raises. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Then grab the heavier dumbbells. Not the heaviest you've got. I mean, if you've got heavier, save them. My stomach is so full. I've just had about 70-80 grams of protein in my dinner. Wow. Lead with the elbows, relaxing the forearms. Trying to come down nice and controlled. Rest. Serum doesn't need to be complicated to build muscle. It needs to be challenging to stimulate the muscle to grow. Have we got any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, building muscle? So I'm a Pilates and yoga teacher, online lifestyle coach and personal trainer of 12 years. Busting myths that are circulating social media. If you want a no bullshit approach to health and fitness, give my account a follow. Constantly uploading videos, Pilates and yoga classes, but also videos on metabolic adaptation, starvation mode. Hi Ningshan, how are you doing? We're just resting between sets. So if you are doing this with me, you might feel that you're ready to go again, but our muscles are still getting the ATP energy back. So we're just waiting for that. Hopefully you're starting to feel it now. This is we did a warm-up set. This is our second working set that we've completed. I am rocking a food baby and I'm very cold, so I'm going to keep my sweater on before anyone calls it a pregnancy workout. Right, same again. So this is a shoulder complex. From here to here. Again, when you're pushing your elbows forward, make sure your shoulders aren't coming forward too far. This is just going to make rounded shoulders worse. Really good for the rotator cuffs if you've got weak shoulders. Work this one into your workout. One more. Good. Lateral raises. Chest proud. Seated, so our back's taken out of it, so it's harder and more isolated in the shoulder. If you've got any questions, give us a comment. Upright row. Hi guys. Workout time. You know it. Four, 5, 6. Chest proud. 7, 8. So I start feeling a bit warm now. That's 8 minutes in. Rest and moving on. Grab a drink. Where's my water? So you can see I've got the pull-up bar behind me. So because pull-ups are the hardest out of these next exercises, we'll be starting with them first. We're going for under grip to isolate the biceps and the forearms. So pull-ups, as many as you can. Now if you can't do pull-ups, jump up and slowly come down. Or you can do push-up variation instead. I'm looking for a hard body weight exercise. So pull-ups, under grip, into bicep curls with the 8s or the 5s. And then I've got a heavy shoulder press, which will be done with the 14. So we'll need to rest in between. Move these out of the way. and my glutes and hamstrings are killing from 2 days ago. So like, if anything gets dropped on the floor, it's just going to be left there, I'm afraid. How are we doing, guys? So into our next round of exercises. Under grip pull-ups. I've got no expectations and my body is tired. This is just a tick box workout, you know, it's not going to be fantastic. It's about consistency. Hi Anthony. Under grip, as many as you can. So normally I get about 4 or 5 of these, I think. We'll see how many I get today. I'll be happy with 3. 3. I feel so weak. Well, that's what I like about exercise, it's so humbling. Then the next exercise was bicep curls. Whew. So I'm going to go into hammer curls because that's a bit more gentle on my wrist and forearm after them. Be sensible. Shoulders back, chest proud, all the way up, all the way down. I do like hammer curls. I don't think my flexibility is great for my wrists. 5, slowly coming down, all the way down. 6, whew, getting warm now. 7, 8, leaving some in the tank because we're going to be doing this set 4 times. Hi Alan, not seen you for a while, hope you're doing well. Then we're going into heavy shoulder press. It's like I might have dropped these dumbbells because there's a few chips out of them. I wonder if this weighs slightly less than 14 kilograms now. Whew. I have got the fire on as well. The fire's blaring. Okay. Again, after that, anything. 1, chest proud. 2, 3, 4. Normally I get about 5 or 6 of them, so. Oh, how are we doing? Thank you. Hi Pure Law, thanks for the comment on my video earlier. If there would, yeah, I know. If I was in a gym, it'd be a lot easier to do pull-ups. But we do what we gotta do. It's about convenience, isn't it? Resting. Then I want to do that again. So how many did I get? I got 3 unassisted pull-ups into, I think I did 2 assisted with my foot. I added a little bounce. If we've got any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, building muscle. So for you guys that are just joining me, I do have underlying a cold, or I don't think it's a flu, but this is one of them tick the box workouts, getting it done when we don't feel marvellous. And I've just ate about 70 to 8 grams of protein in an attempt to feel full, satisfied and warm, and oh, it's just going to be sat there all night in it. But that's me stopping eating. I finished it about 4:45. So hi, right. So this is another reason, like, I'm quite heavy, so I'm getting less pull-ups. That's my excuse. The protein's weighing me down. Ugh. Oh, that's what I love about pull-ups. You can't fake health and fitness, can you? What's I doing next? Bicep curls. Hammer curls. Any variation. I can't even bend down properly because my hamstrings are so sore. Oh, I'm so full. 5. Not that I'm complaining, I'm very grateful for my 80 grams of protein. 7. It was just so tasty, the food. 8. I was meant to leave some for tomorrow, but I was like, you know what, a few seconds rest. Thank you very much, Abby. I've not done them for a bit. I think it was about 7, 8 days ago since I last did pull-ups, so happy that I'm keeping the strength as I work on other things. If you want to get good at pull-ups, heavy shoulder press, so opposing muscle groups, you need a solid shoulder girdle. Right, I'm happy with 4 of these. Going in for round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax your neck. 5. Rest. About a 2-minute rest. Any questions on building strength and muscle? Did you work out so much any time? Have you started tasting blood? Oh, right, okay. Have I ever worked out so much? I started tasting blood? No. And I've lifted some heavy weights. It sounds like you could have popped blood vessels. Are we even supposed to take it to failure? Not on every set. It depends what your goals are, if you slept well. Sometimes, like, this is a tick the box workout. I mean, technical failure can be quite dangerous as well. And if you've got a partner with you, you're obviously going to be safer, and they can do assisted, assist you on the eccentric phase. So say them heavy shoulder press, if I was struggling, my partner could come behind me and push the bottoms of my elbows up, and then I come down as slow as possible. But not every session, no. You're the one of the... No problem. Glad I could help. Glad I could help with my protein belly. Right, resting. Got any questions on health fitness? Keep them coming, guys. All this protein's hopefully going straight to my bum that I'm still aching from. So, wasn't yesterday's session, because that was a very disrupted ab session, thanks to the children. The day before, the booty workout. If you want a good session for the glutes and the hamstring, go and check it out. I'm still sore from it. So a couple of seconds left to rest. I'm going on for round 3 out of 4 of that set. So it doesn't need to be complicated to build muscle and strength. It just needs to be progressive and suitable for your body and biomechanics. Reps and sets of absolute strength. Thanks, Kerry. Who makes your hair? Me, with great difficulty. Just think, every time you see it like this, I've been up in the mirror at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. My arms are aching. You think this workout's hard? Try doing your own hair into plaits. Never gets easier. It's so difficult, and you need that flexibility and to get right there. But I like it because it's neat, it's tidy, doesn't get in the way. Right, that's about it really. So I'd be happy with 2 or 3 of these. Let's see what we get. Oh, to say like I really was struggling at the start of this session, I feel better now. Just shows you that action creates motivation, doesn't it? Even when you're this full. I really regret eating that dinner. I will stop talking about it soon. It was good though. But now it's repeating on me. Right, so I was doing with the 8s for the bicep curls. And heavier the better, but not always. Because as you begin to fatigue, other muscles start counteracting it. I want to feel the burn better. So I want to go lighter and change the grip to conventional bicep curls all the way down. Some folk, especially men, they'll come from here to here and back up. Look at how much muscle they're losing out on, not getting the full range of movement. Chest proud. Oh, forearms. Few seconds rest, get your breath back. Got any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning? So I'm a personal trainer of 12 years. Online lifestyle coach, just done a personal best on eating a massive amount of protein, which I'm quite proud of, and also feel sick. I'm a Pilates and yoga teacher, an online lifestyle coach. I specialise in nutrition, habit forming, you know what, today I felt utter shit, and I was like, what do I want to do right now? I want to go home and have a sleep and eat a load of chocolate. What did I do? I reframed it and was like, you know what, I'm going to buy and nourish myself. I'm going to still go live on YouTube. I'm going to, after my meal, I'm going to go on the bike and get my steps up, because I know that makes me feel good. And then I'm going to do some stretches later on, but I'm going to nourish my body with like steak, and that's why I've had so much protein. And I do feel like better for it in a way. Like, although I feel too full now, I'm hoping that'll go down. Right, so I'll be happy with 3 of these because they're heavy. My forearms feel like they're on fire. If you want big forearms, do pull-ups. 2. Finishing round 3. 4, relax the neck. I'm bad for that. 5. I could probably go to 6, but the technique could be a bit shit, so leaving it there. But yeah, someone had asked, have I worked out so much any time that I started tasting blood? I've never really, I've overdone it a couple of times where I've injured my back. I was in the wrong frame of mind to go to the gym in my 20s. I'm alright now, but and then like I did like Total Warrior, 12k. Again, I won't consider that overdoing it. I won't say I've ever overdone exercise, because most of my life I've been a fitness professional, so I've kind of known that recovery and rest is important. But I'm keen to know about that question and what exercise you were doing. It sounds like, because have you heard of like Eddie Hall when he's like deadlifting that 500 kilogram deadlift world record, and he's like bleeding through his nose, his ears, his mouth. I mean, that's obviously doing too much, isn't it? But I'm keen to know what exercise you were doing, Abby. Thanks, Icy. I'd love a like and subscribe, guys, if you're looking for motivation and no bullshit approach to health and fitness, a holistic approach to it all that you can fit realistically into your busy daily life, because most of us are busy, aren't we? I'm a busy mum, I've got 2 young girls. On for our final set, so we're just resting. I think we're resting for about another 30 seconds. Yeah, go for it, Icy, ask away. And then we'll go for final set. So yeah, as long as you don't rest longer than 3 minutes, then you're kind of alright, yeah. Otherwise then it's just you're stopping working out. Right, pull-ups. So this is a final set. I have this weird pain when I do lateral raises. Any tips? Whereabouts is it? Is it in your shoulder, your neck, your upper traps here? It sounds like a weakness. Not gonna lie, they feel quite strong to say. I think they're not a PB, but I'm always surprised when I can do one of them because they're fucking hard. You don't opt for the gym? I do. However, the kids are off this week. In shoulder, lateral raises. Is it in this part of the shoulder, front or back? So lateral, front or back. Hi, Kuba. 4, 5. Right, bicep curls, going lighter again. So we've worked biceps there, I'm going to do it again. I mean 5 times with me. Look at you. Front part, when you're doing lateral raises. Well, it's either a tightness, isn't it, or a weakness. Do you do many frontal raises? So frontal raises that? Or push-ups, or what's your anterior strength like? You know, like flies and bench press, and is it just lateral raises you feel it, or do you feel it during some other exercises as well? This is what I love when a client comes to me and says, this is sore, figure it out. And by working with them, we can go into some sort of rehab. And then I'm the accountability that they're doing it right and frequent enough to get the benefit from it. And how old are you as well, I see? Last set before moving on. 3, 4. Yeah, definitely getting stronger as I go on now. No, I don't isolate my front delt. The only exercise I do for my front delt is a military press. I'm 20, right, okay. Because if you're a bit older, I'd be thinking, you need to sort this now, otherwise it's going to become a chronic injury. Which in 20, you're still a baby. Start isolating the front. You've got a weakness in your anterior delt, or it could be deeper than that. It could be rotator cuff. High reps, lightweight, frontal raise, under grip, frontal raise, overhand grip, flies, bench press. Don't do too much too soon. Perfected, all right. Don't do too much too soon, and if it is sore, which part of the range of movement is sore? So if you're coming up to here and you feel it, maybe go lighter, or like come to here with your weight and then drop the weight, and then with your hand do a few extra with your arm, you know, like with your body weight. And then to start and to see how you are, you're listening to feedback from your body as well, and see how you are tomorrow. If it's your rotator cuff, you can do internal and external rotations, can do band assisted as well. I have a good bench press though, so your pecs might be overtaking the anterior delt, anterior delt or rotator cuff, so these might be overactive here, and you might be getting some help. Well, obviously you'll be getting some help from your tricep, so I'd just take it as a sign you need to do more work for your anterior delt or your rotator cuffs, which flies are good for that. A good stretch is good for posture. Moving on. Keep on coming, guys. So we've got 2 exercises next, back to back. So it's a superset. Overhand grip pull-ups. So working more shoulder upper back now. Overhand grip pull-ups. I'm going to be like shoulder width apart stance. If you're doing it at home, you don't have a bar like this, do another variation of the pull-up, push-up. You can go wider, you can go more narrow, you can go staggered. Push-ups are really good for anterior delt. We're going to do Arnold press. Obviously we've got to go light for the Arnold press. That's another exercise. Arnold press are great for rotator cuffs and hitting all of the anterior, lateral and the posterior shoulder. So Arnold press, they're hard but they're good. Big quads. Right, I'm going to put these back. Oh. So I'm going to try and do a couple of Arnold press with the 8s. Ha ha ha, I might get 2. And then I'm going to go into the 3s. I'm going to put the 5s back. Right, how are we doing? No problem, I see. I'm in central Scotland. Where are you from? Right, so pull-ups, we're starting with them because they're the hardest. I see, do you do many pull-ups? Harder pull-ups. Right into Arnold press. Oh, the control that's needed from the upper back to stop at the front is awesome. Oh, I'm happy with that. Rest and we'll go again. Yeah, I do pull-ups. I can't do a lot though. At least you can do a few. I was just thinking, like, because the opposing muscle group to the shoulder is a lat. If you can do pull-ups, it sounds like it is localised in the shoulder girdle area, which at least you know. Resting. Then we go again. Weights. What about them? Oh, I've got a 8 kilogram and 3 kilogram and body weight. What do you do for stretch marks? Where are they? There's not much you can do. There's like oils and stuff you can buy, but it's all like rubbish really. Like it's the same as any scar tissue really, like fades over time, goes silver. Why have you got stretch marks? Usually tells a story, right? Have you been pregnant? Have you been unhappy and obese and now you're not? You know, it can be a marker to remember the journey that you're going through. Like, it's normal to have stretch marks if you've been pregnant or you've been more of a weight than what you are. Society makes them into a negative thing, but it's life, yeah. But yeah, nothing that I'm aware of, but I don't specialise in skin, specialise in the body. Overhand grip pull-ups again, be happy with 2 of these. I might need to assist with my foot. Oh, that is hard. Oh. 2, 3, try not to bring your shoulders too far forward with your elbows. 5, 6, cores engaged. 7. That's 2 out of 4. Bloody pants. I have stretch marks from going from, well done you, Danny. That's amazing weight loss. That's what I mean. There shouldn't be something to be embarrassed about. I've got stretch marks from being pregnant. 2 pregnancies my body's been through. I'm proud of that. It can take time. I mean, when you realise what your body's capable of and you change your mindset, it's a beautiful thing. And go and follow Emily Skye on Instagram. She's a fitness professional. She had a banging body. She had 2 babies. She had stretch marks and loose skin. She's now got an even better body, more strength. And the fact that she's a female, she's done that twice, rehabilitated her body and made it something, it's quite beautiful, it is. Emily Skye, she's called. Are you going with 8 kilograms? Yes. Fatigued at this point, 0. But women try to hide stretch marks and loose skin from pregnancy. I don't shove it in people's face, but also it's not something I go out of my way to hide. Hey, that Arnold press, you're not doing it with the right form. Am I not I? I'm going into this 3rd set now. Well, come on then, Isa, give us some techniques, some form tips. It's not something I do a lot of, to be honest. Oh, overhand grip. 2. Oh, couldn't even get to the top then. Hi. Overhand into Arnold. Four, relax your neck. Cores engaged. 5. 6. Last set coming up. How are we doing, guys? Answering any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, building muscle. I'm waiting, Icy. I'm guessing you mean the range of movement. Happy to talk about that. Someone told me the other day I was doing my jackknives wrong. I was just doing a different So one dumbbell is 4. No, them 2 at the front are 3 kilograms, and that's an 8. Bring the weight all the way down. No, don't like that. I want to keep it localized in the shoulder to work my anterior shoulder muscle, anterior delt. So if you have to tell my clients that, so if you're coming from here up and out like that, you're getting, yeah, I like it better for posture. Yeah, just call it a different variation. It takes a lot more, try it that way. That's what I was saying before, when you're coming down, you're having like the upper back's really having to support that movement and to keep your elbows up, because then I like doing front squats, keeping the elbows up, because a lot of people can't do that. Right, one more round. I mean, what's right and what's wrong, right? Yeah, try it once. But yeah, as I was saying, someone was telling me the other day my jackknives were wrong. I was keeping my knees up and my upper body was coming up and down, which is a different variation. As long as it's safe and you can feel it where you're meant to feel it, you're getting a good range of movement as well. Like you say, mix it up a bit. What to expect in 1 year of working out. Building muscle, transferable fitness, so running upstairs, going for a jog, you might be automatically good at bowling, tennis, so transferable motor skills. 1 year of working out, more muscles, more fitness, more productivity. You'll start having motivation to look at other aspects of your life. You'll get more of a better relationship with yourself, and because you keep showing up for yourself even when you don't want to, and you say you're going to do something and you do it, that repairs a relationship with yourself, and you can start applying that to other parts of your life. Like I say this all the time, people think that they come to me to lose weight because they're unhappy and to tone up, to rehab the body, but what they're actually doing is they end up overhauling the whole life. Like they're not happy with a partner, not happy in their career, they're not stimulated enough, and fitness gives you like an awesome body and mind. Yeah, everyone is a pro in the chat. I am my bias, are you alright? Marika. One more. I was happy to hear. I mean, someone the other week said, have you heard of, what was it called? It's like a steroid, but it's plant-based, and I'd not heard of it. And I'd said something along the lines of, if I've not heard of it, it means there's not enough science for me to start promoting it to clients, and it's not safe. And they thought that was quite a closed-minded way of looking at it, but there's so much shit out there. Anyway, I went away and looked into it, and lo and behold, there's not enough studies. The studies that have been done are funded by companies that are selling it. There's not longevity. There was minimal side effects, but it sounds great, the supplement, but like for building muscle, but there's not the science behind it. But yeah, I'm happy to hear. No, it wasn't progesterone. If my moderator's on, he'll know. It was like EC Derone. What to do for bad posture, hump and pelvic tilt. 0 Oz. Go on my profile on my channel, and I've got loads of shorts about posture. I've got Pilates in particular to fix posture, but you can strengthen and stretch the muscle. But if you're not looking at your habits and how you're sitting, how you're standing, and correcting them throughout the day, you're not going to get very far. So you can have the flexibility and the strength to hold good posture. But if you're making a cup of tea and you're stressed out and you're like that and your shoulders are forward, nothing's going to change. You need to correct a lot more than strength and stretch, but it's like a holistic approach. And mindfulness as well. A lot of people practice bad posture when they're stressed or they're nervous. Chest proud, shoulders down away from ears. Pelvic tilt, is it anterior there? Or is it a posterior tilt? That's my jam, by the way. Any questions on posture? I love talking about it. It's super interesting. And the more stressed you get, especially as parents around the kids, you can tense up. I certainly do. My mum does as well. I think it's genetics, that one, overhand grip. But the latest short, one of the latest shorts I've done is about posture and how long does it take to fix posture. That'll answer your question, because I get that a lot. Arnold press. Three, two, one. You watch. These kill my rhomboids in a good way. Whew. Well, it was a 40-minute workout with a bit of chat, but we'll just say that that was recovery. Answering any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning. I'm just going to get my wee can. Okay, I'll move a bit closer because I'm over 35 now, so my eyesight's starting to get shit. I'm still super full. Is it okay to train every day? I can't stop myself on the rest day, I feel bad. Well, I don't. No, it's not okay to train every day. Your body needs to rest. Saying that, I'm training every day. But on the days that I'm resting, I'll do a core workout or I'll record a Pilates or a yoga. So swap. So you shouldn't be strength training every day. Otherwise, you're just going to plateau really fast and your muscles are just not going to get stimulated from your workouts. Part of your rest day is building muscle and recovering, so you can go harder, you know, and have better quality sessions. So if you are feeling depleted and tired, it's your body telling you, hey, I need to rest, otherwise you're going to get an injury. On your rest days, you could go for like a gentle jog, get your steps in, get higher steps if you're trying to lose fat. You could do yoga, mindfulness, get into that. It's just going to set you up for the week. So thanks for that. My moderator's put in the supplement that someone had asked me about. It doesn't say on there what it was called. How old are you since you called me a little baby? Did I? Oh yeah, I did. I'm 35. Yeah. I remember being 20. I thought I knew it all. Anterior pelvic tilt. So for anyone who doesn't know what that is. So your pelvis is meant to sit like this. Look at here's the hips. Anterior pelvic tilt. So you've got more of a curve in the lower back. Posterior pelvic tilt, flat back. So you get anterior pelvic tilt from pregnancy. Like a lot of women stand like that. I was one of them women. Not on purpose, but anterior pelvic tilt, that's what it's called. Can't remember how you pronounce it now. Ecdysteron. Hi Luke. Yes, that's it. So someone had said, oh, don't have a closed mind about this supplement. So I was like, you know what, I'll go away and have a look. There's not much research. The research is promising, but there's not longevity in the abundance, not like creatine and protein powder. So it might be fantastic, but I can't promote that to my clients. I only promote like heavily science-based. So yeah. And I had a look to see if they sold it in Holland and Barrett, because I had a look at it, and you can go on cycles of it and stuff as well, but you've got to get it online. And also another reason why it's quite expensive to be on. And what are the effects of when you come off it? Do you keep your muscle? Nothing, like I couldn't find any information on that. So anterior pelvic tilt, I've fixed my own from pregnancy. Zero Oz, what have you got an anterior pelvic tilt from? Do you know? So yeah, tight hip flexors. Holidayed in LA. Oh, That's my moderator having a chat. Yeah, so tight hip flexors can pull on the pelvis, shooting it forward. Tight hamstrings, tight glutes, all like loads of tight areas and weak areas. Pilates, again, say it a lot, but it's one of the best things. It is the best thing for posture, unless you are living with a physiotherapist. 35, oh thanks very much. I feel 35. Unless you're living with a physiotherapist, if you're doing at least one class a week of Pilates, where you're doing cat-cow, because that makes you aware of the anterior-posterior tilt of your pelvis. And then when you get good at that, like cobra and child's pose, like these postures during Pilates and yoga, you get used to how your body feels in an anterior and posterior tilt of the pelvis. And I used to, when I was making my dinner or making a cup of tea, I would shoot my hips forward and lean on the counter. And I used to just correct myself because it was just a habit from pregnancy. So again, looking at your daily habits and your routine, check in. It's hard work at first. Checking in with your posture. Who can be bothered? It's easy to have an anterior pelvic tilt if your body's used to it. It's easy to have rounded shoulders if you're used to it, because these are strong muscles supporting you. Whereas when you start, like every hour on the hour setting an alarm, okay, it's time to, or every time you make a cup of tea, or every time you go to the toilet, every time you cross the road, habit cluster, then actions, so you don't forget. At first it's hard, but then the more you do it, it does get easier. Stick with it, but posture is something you're always going to have to work on, and notice like bad posture from stress, mental health, children, if you've had them yourself, or if you're a man parent, a dad. Yes, but not from pregnancy. What to do for, I'm 24, anterior pelvic tilt. Yeah, so you need to first have the awareness when you're in an anterior pelvic tilt. So Pilates, doing things like bird dog. If you Google bird dog, you can do that in and out for reps. You can hold them. All these are bringing education to your body, and your subconscious takes it in, okay? You're just in some bad habits. You're only 24, so get this fixed now, and you like have the awareness when your body's in an anterior pelvic tilt, and then you're not going to suffer with like, all the problems that are on your way if you're like over 35, etc. Wait, everybody's older than me in the chat. Damn. Man parent, yeah. Scott's a man parent. I tend to flag in conversation and words and vocabulary after 5. No, that's not true. It's more like after 3 o'clock. Hi, Simo. Was boosh. Have you got any questions? Any more questions on posture? Anyone suffering with back pain? So if you've got a pelvic tilt, you might find that your lower back's tight because you shortened that curve in your lower back. That fire's going out. So Google child's pose. You get some of that in. But if you're doing child's pose to stretch your lower back, you've got to do the anterior as well. Scott, where are you from? He's from Scotland as well. Should hear him talk. It's really rough. I'm joking. He's broad. Well, make sure you stretch off after workouts as well. I'm aware I've not done that yet. But I was planning on recording either a Pilates or a yoga class after this. Feeling endorphins now. I'm pleased I did that. I feel good. What makes you feel happy, guys? Do more of it. It's not rocket science, is it? And if you can't be bothered doing X, Y, and Z, or Z if you're American watching, make it as easy as possible to practice the habits that you want to do and that are going to benefit you in your life and your goals. So if you're wanting to give up chocolate, don't buy it in the house. You can't rely on willpower. Any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, building muscle? So I'm a personal trainer of 12 years, online lifestyle coach, specialise in diet psychology, habit forming, back pain. I'm a Pilates and yoga teacher, injury rehab as well, and female fat loss, because it's more interesting to me than man fat loss. So I'm just getting my steps up. With the kids being off this week, I've got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. It's been quite challenging saying that. Not as bad as I would have been when they were last off around Christmas. Any advice for man parents? I'm not going to live that down, am I? Man parents. That could be a new term. These man parents. Sounds like, it just reminds me of man boobs for some reason. Bye, Icy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Infinity. What's best home workout for glutes? Never felt RDLs or glute bridges. Okay. Heavy walking lunges. Give them a try. 2 days my bum's been sore. But you know what? If you look on my previous lives, I've done a home workout for glutes. Heel elevated goblet squats gets right in there. Heavy walking lunges for me. You've got to find out what works for you, Infinity, but also glute bridges, you can say that they're ineffective for you right now, and RDLs. I still wouldn't bin them, because sometimes you need that. Maybe they're warming up your hamstrings to work with your glutes. I won't bin them. And if you're not feeling RDLs, I mean, even I have trouble connected to my glutes, and even I feel them. Make sure you're pushing forward and backwards with the RDL instead of up and down, like you're leaning, pulling back, squeezing. If you're not actively clenching your bum cheeks, like to say it quite obvious, to when you are exercising, it's called mind muscle connection. If you're not actively clenching, like squeezing the bum cheeks as hard as you can on the rise of the squat, then you're missing out on glute engagement. So there is something called sleepy glutes. If you're older, say over the age of 30, 35, who've maybe had a desk job most of your life, you can lose connection in the bum cheeks. You might have a good bum, as in like quite a bit of muscle, but again, that doesn't mean anything if you can't connect to the glutes, like genetically, I mean. And a weak bum cheeks is a weak lower back as well, and pelvic stability, because it's the big boss. It's the strongest muscle in the body as well. So say if you are quite strong in the glutes when you do train them, but you're just finding some exercises ineffective just now, go heavier with good form, obviously. Any other questions? But that is something, out of all my muscle groups, my glutes are the biggest challenge. For me, I lost them during both pregnancies. So I am building that back myself. So I have had a look into it quite a bit, and for clients as well. Connecting to the glutes. Sometimes like glute bridges, hip thrust before goblet squats. Pausing at the top of the movement and pulsing for the bridges or hip thrust can work. You know, there's different single leg glute bridges, single leg hip thrust. Any single leg works really well. Oh yes, it was nice talking to you all. Bye, I see. Thanks for the likes, guys. Love a subscribe. But what's ineffective for me is hip thrusts, you know, from the bench. Don't like them, they're just sore in the hips. Personally, I think there's much better exercises for the glutes. What I haven't done much of, which is great, heel elevated on the front, reverse lunges. Like 10 on left side, 10 on right. Can you show correct RDLs? Yeah, sure. So first of all, RDLs are predominantly hamstring exercise. These are your hamstrings. Just like squats are predominantly quad exercise, but you've heard people building glutes from both of them exercises. So how do they do that? It's from mind muscle connection. So when you want to stretch the hamstrings, first of all, you need to untuck the pelvis. Belly to thigh first, shoot the pelvis up to the sky, and then feel the hamstring stretch, right? It's going to become more obvious in a second, because if you've got tight hamstrings, you're not going to be able to get full beneficial RDL. So RDLs, also known as stiff leg deadlifts, but the RDL is Romanian deadlift because you're not bringing the weight all the way down to the floor. I wonder if I should get some weights. Yeah, I'll get some weights. Let's make sure you can see. So I work with a lot of guys who are tight in the hamstrings, right? Most guys don't have flexibility unless they work for it. So shoulders back and pinned back and down away from the ears, first of all. Cores engaged. First thing so I've got a small bend in both knees, right? Weight should be in the heel of the feet, so you should be able to lift your toes up if needed. So with a small bend in the knee, keep it the same. Hips get sent back. Now some guys can literally only come to here and they feel a hamstring stretch and then rise from here, so they're just above the knee and here, because if they go lower, because they're tight in the hamstrings, the back starts rounding. We don't want that. That's really common. So for my clients who are tight in the hamstrings, they'll come from here, nice flat back, to here. What you're searching for in the RDLs is coming down as far as you can with a hamstring stretch, and then squeeze the bum cheeks. So you're coming forwards and backwards, not up and down. So you're coming down, and then you're pulling backwards. That's how you should think of it. Hope that makes sense. Hi, Tiger. But it's practice. There's also a lot to remember. But if you practice like perfect technique, it'll start to become more subconscious. And video yourself as well. By RDL, stiff leg deadlifts is what we're talking about. But if you want to engage, if you want to grow any muscle group, you need it to be burning or shaking during the workout, basically, and you need to clench it. So if you're doing a single arm row, where are you wanting to work? Your upper back and bicep. But you see a lot of people, like, instead of when they're doing the row like that, they'll bring the wrist into the shoulder instead of pushing the shoulder back and the shoulder blade towards the spine. You know, it's a skill training. People think it's just getting weight A to B. There's a lot more to it. You need to make sure you're working the right muscles. Yeah, that's why I love it. But yeah, if you're brand new, get the weight from A to B safely. And then as you are still progressing and you're looking for new ways to progress your workout, you'd want to go on to mind muscle connection. But yeah, any unilateral exercises are great for building the glutes, because there's no, like I say this to my clients, there's nowhere for any imbalances to hide. But that's a great question. How are you doing tonight, Tiger? No problem at all. Happy to help. Plus as well, if you're quad dominant, like, I don't know if you're male or female, but a lot of females are quad dominant and we're quite prone for anterior cruciate ligament tears and strains and stuff. That could be a problem. You know, if you're trying to connect to the glute and your quads are overtaking the movement a little bit, like, you might need to do the same movement but a few pulses, pause for, glad to hear it, pause for like a connection, like slowing down the movement. But you'll get there. What works for me won't work for you and other people, you know. Like, all you hear in the fitness industry is how amazing hip thrusts are. I think they're shite for building the glutes. I think squats are good if you activate the glutes. Lunges are my favourite though. Saying that, I've got no glutes yet because I need to I am building that. I was too busy working on pull-up strength and fitness and fat loss and abs. There's always something to work on. How are you doing, guys? So just getting my steps in. But I had a great chat tonight. I'll be on I'll be on in the morning, about 6, half 6. Depends how I sleep tonight because I've got a cold with a Metafit, hard Metafit, because I want to work hard tomorrow, I think. So I'm about to release a short as well this week called Metabolic Adaptation. There's a lot of shit flying around. I was reading a book called The Ultimate Nutritional Bible by 2 men. And he said at the beginning, a lot of this is science-based, but some of it is anecdotal from our 25,000 years as coaches. We have done this, that, and the other. I was like, okay, I'm sure they'll make it like obvious what's anecdotal and what's science-based. No. They start talking about how you must have diet breaks, you must like give your body, like you must trick it and like to stay in fat loss zones, and as you'll go into, actually they did say there's no such thing as starvation mode. But they were talking so much shit, and I had to stop reading because I was like, I'm consuming this as part of my brain diet. Then I started to look into what are other coaches saying about metabolic adaptation. Are they telling the truth with it, or are they trying to sell the products using it? Yeah. So if you've read something that says, have you damaged your metabolism or metabolic rate? Is your body clinging to fat? Then you need to drink this lemon fucking water. Then it's utter shite. And the short, it's dead on 3 minutes long. Don't ask me how I edited it that small, but I managed it. Is explaining what metabolic adaptation is. Something that's a byproduct of fat loss. Yeah, I'll go into it, so hopefully Scott will get that released sooner rather than later. What do you think of one big meal a day? I feel like I've just had that, man. It's worked for some people, but if you're trying to build muscle over the age of 35, you kind of need more protein around the time you're working out. Depends on what time you're eating it as well, because you need energy to get your steps in and to work. Like your brain takes what, 20% of your calories? 600, 700 calories a day your brain takes for thinking power. I mean, have you ever had a food baby like I have today, where you feel tired? The science behind that, because you've ate so much food, your digestive system's struggling, and can make you feel lethargic and like you want to go to bed and you don't want to move. It's a lot of food to process. Yeah, so now I've thought about it as I was talking. Don't agree with one big meal a day. It's too much for your digestive system to deal with. Plus there's some benefits for fasting, but one big meal a day for an active person, it's asking for trouble. Yeah, are they sticking to this? Are they sticking to this Monday to Friday? And then Saturday and Sunday, all hell breaks loose and they start overeating on everything. So like, what's the psychological implications of that? Love that. Lost 10 kilograms in 3 months, woohoo! Looks great, but had an energy deficient and low energy. Well done for losing it. What are your goals now then? What were you eating like Infinity? Is 800 calories a day okay for extreme weight loss? Now, unless you've got type 2 diabetes, a very restrictive diet, short term, as prescribed by a doctor, can reverse insulin resistance. It's something like 700-800 calories a day for short term. I don't think they keep them on for any longer than 2 or 3 months, the patient, and then they reverse the diabetes. For general population, the faster you lose weight, the faster you'll put it on. Also, you're going to lose not just fat and water, you're also going to lose muscle. You need to preserve muscle, guys. It's so hard to build, and over the age of 30 or 35, you start losing muscle. So if you don't use it, you lose it. If you're in that much of a calorie deficit, so say Tiger, you need 2,000 calories, and you're shaving off 800, that's harsh, that's a lot of sacrifice, that's a lot going on up here, food noise. Your body's not got the energy from the carbs and the fats because you're low in the calories you're consuming. So where does it take? It takes it from your fat stores, but also takes it from your muscle as well if you're not exercising and keeping your protein high. But how much protein can you get on 800 calories? That's my thoughts on that. Too harsh, especially for a guy. But that is what some people are eating on the Manjaro, isn't it, in Ozempic? I feel lots of cravings now after 10 kilogram loss. How did you do it? Did you use a weight loss jab at all? Hi, American boy, how are you? Yeah, the more you cut stuff out and you're kind of like skipping past the trial and error and moderation and the healthy relationship with food. You want to nourish your body and you want to be kind to yourself. Whereas if you're just cutting everything out, cutting out food groups, cutting out all the sacrifice, that's relying on willpower, and eventually you're going to flag and you're just going to put the weight back on and then some more because you've lost the muscle, because muscle's metabolically active. But yeah, keep on coming. Great questions, guys. You want to create a deficit that's 200-300 calories. You can still live your life. And don't forget, just because, like, fat loss is linear. If your body needs 2,000 calories, right, to get your 10k steps, to work, to get your strength, like good quality training sessions in. If you need 2,000 calories for that, and then you're shaving off 300, so you're eating 1,700 calories a day, right? High protein, like you've got a good diet of whole foods. You will lose fat, so 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of body fat, roughly, give or take, because we're not actually machines, right? We're human beings, but roughly. So fat loss is linear, but it's not seen linear on the scales. When you're weighing yourself, it'll go up and down, up and down. The most popular reason why people give up on the diet is due to impatience. You'll lose fat fast at the start of a diet, but as you've got less to lose and metabolic adaptation happens, it will slow down. That's why you need to be able to rely on how you're feeling, improving your palate, your taste, and nourishing yourself so you feel more active and fantastic and super clever. You've got energy, you don't get the afternoon slumps anymore. You're concentrating on your PBs in the gym, getting stronger and leaner, and your clothes being baggy. Because if you're just watching the scales, you're going to give up every time they go up, and you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to go round and round, and it saddens me because there's so much help out there from me. Like and subscribe. Any other questions on health and fitness? But yeah, the more highly palatable foods like cakes and takeaways, chips, what else? Doritos, chocolate bars, pizzas. Hopefully I'm not triggering anyone right now. But the more highly palatable food, high fat, high carb, high sugar, high salt, makes it, the more of them foods that you eat, the more that you're gonna want. Do you try to break PRs? See, I call them PBs. Yes, I do. Haven't been so far this year as accurate as I would like to be because I'm building my YouTube channel. But when you do, my clients follow a training program and they put into the app, so say I've programmed 10 push-ups into 10 skull crushers into 10 bench press, right? The first time they do that workout, they'll be like, right, okay, so for 10 reps I can get in like the bench press, I'm carrying like 10 kilograms, right? I've just managed a 10th one with good form and technique. So they'll write down in the app, they've got 10. Then the next week, they might want to push for 11 and they'll write down 11. That'll alert me and them that they've got a PB or a PR. And then when you start counting PBs, you can see your strength. You can't fake that. You know, you know at the start, like even 4 weeks ago, if you've got new begins, that you wouldn't have been able to lift that weight. So when you start seeing it on paper, it's far more motivating than watching the boring scales go down and up and down and up. But weight loss on the scales looks like that. You're looking for trends. Woohoo! Especially females. I've had 2 clients this week, one ex-client and one client, tell me that they've gone on the Manjaro. One on the Manjaro, one on the Ozempic. So if you are thinking about that, I have done a presentation of the pros and cons and what deficiencies to look out for and what kind of training and how you should eat when on it and how to safely come off it. So if you do want that link to the presentation I did, give us a DM on Instagram and I'll send you the link. Happy to help. Because I'd rather people be on that than bariatric surgery and have that done. It's a lot less invasive. Although it is more successful for fat loss. But it should be a last resort bariatric surgery. Right guys, thank you so much for your support and the awesome questions. Loved it tonight. As always, I'll see you in the morning. Have a great night.